Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of June 24th. We are in a heavy Cancer moment for the next few days. We will still have Mercury here until the 26th when it moves into Leo. So until then, we want to just anchor into this watery energy because then our communication at least will get a little bit more direct, a little bit more bold. We have a new moon tomorrow in Cancer, so that is really the new beginnings that we anchor into this season. We also have Venus is still in Taurus, so Venus is still very great supportful container for us in this moment to really be feeling into our bodies, into our senses. And then we have Mars is in Virgo, another earth sign. So again, another great container for this moment that we are in. Virgo, Mars might be potentially adding a little bit of flavor of workaholism. So we just want to know that we don't want to be pushing ourselves too hard at this time. And yeah, at the beginning of the month, we had Jupiter also enter into Cancer. So yeah, we're really supported in this energy right now to be leading from a place of the heart, because Cancer, even though it's the homebody water sign, it is still a cardinal sign and asking us to lead from that space. Yeah, all right, so Aries to Pisces, here we go. I just exploded this deck, so, and then yeah, just also because I will be remote this week, technically, I recorded this immediately after I recorded the last one, and the cards, while I was pre-shuffling and resetting, they just exploded everywhere. Not a thing that normally happens, but here we go. One last shuffle, and then Aries to Pisces, right there. All right, so Aries, you have the Six of Wands reversed. Six of Wands reversed. And so it's saying that while you're in a victorious place, even though it might not feel like it, it might even feel like the people around you aren't supportive of all of your wins. And it might even suggest that there are people who are, not happy about your success, and those people are not your problem. So don't let the weight of others' reactions or responses to you diminish the successes that you are feeling. And it might even be a thing where sometimes we like to suggest that you don't let everybody know all of your plans, because just giving that energy away to others is a way for them to take away that power. So if you are having little successes for yourself, just keep them for yourself right now. It doesn't sound like the collective is terribly open to be receptive to all of your successes right now, and just you keep winning and chugging along in your own lane is what this week is suggesting. Yeah. All right, Taurus, reversed again. So sad that this one's reversed, because it's the Six of Cups reversed. It's one of the happiest cards in the deck, I would say. And so Six of Cups reversed is saying that you might be in a place of nostalgia, but it might be it with a tinge of longing, or keeping you out of the present. And so Taurus, you want to be able to, go into nostalgia, of course. It's a very happy feeling. It was actually in that Inside Out. I don't remember the movie, but one of those Pixar movies with the emotions. Yeah, they had nostalgia. They kept putting her back in the closet. I was like, no, let her out. She's having a great time. But Taurus, don't be living back in the past. It's like when in the midlife crisis of the old 80s movies, buying that new car to make you feel like you're fucking 16 again. Don't be living there. Be in the present with where you are now. I was even reminded recently about I'm not gonna have that same energy as I did when I was like, yeah, 16. Like, it's just not there anymore. It'd be great, but like this body needs to rest. So, literally, Taurus, enjoy the past, but don't get stuck there. That's what this card's saying. Be present, be fully present in the now. All right, Gemini, you're in your post shadow and it's showing. You got the Seven of Wands reversed. And so it's almost what I had for Aries, but there's a little bit more confrontation. Like directly, you might need to be protecting your own space. And I will actually say that because it's like you don't need to share every idea out of your mouth into like, especially I will say, I see this as like a social media space where, you don't need to share everything online. We know that sharing everything online is just a way for you to attract things like to your personal space. Like if I were to actually go to have, but like, share my physical location at times, all the time, like that's why we say to post things after you have left said spaces. Like you want to leave the space and then post things so that people can't track you. Which I'm hoping that it's not that physically violent for you, but I also want you, Gemini, to watch your mouth online, especially, but even in public too. Like if you're around people who don't share your values and beliefs, that is not the time to preach. That's like when, like the missionaries at the end of schools are trying to pull people in and you were offended by them. You preaching your beliefs out, even if they're not religious, but political, whatever beliefs, to people who are not willing to hear it, is only a way to attract things that are not good. So Gemini, know your audience, I guess. Know your audience and like the time to pull back. Like, yeah, you don't have to share everything with the world. I was talking to somebody yesterday about it's like little lies, which like I was like, because like the debate was I was in a place of like I wasn't gonna lie about my like ethnicity when I was at this place that was asking about my ethnicity, and he was like, fuck it, just see it how far you can go. And so sometimes maybe not in that sense, but if it's more protective for you to not have a violent reaction from somebody if you say something, then do everything to protect your body. That is more important than you being right in a moment. Yes, I don't know why. That is the message for you, Gemini. It's very direct and aggressive, even on this end. Okay, so we're at Cancer. Here we are in your season. We got another 7, but it's a happier one. It's 7 of Pentacles, right side up. And so Cancer, you're watching, you are just planting the seeds of your season. And, Cancer is not a very fast moving sign. It is a cardinal sign. And it's asking you to sit in, just like basking in the fruits of your labor. He's watching his crops. He is not plucking them right now because they are not ripe and ready. So Cancer, what you're doing right now, you're planting your birthday wishes, but you might not see them like immediately. You will not be seeing immediate like satisfaction out of all of your stuff. What you are seeing is you're seeing that like you have things that you want, and so you now you've planted the seed for what you want, and now you have to grow it every day. So like say your birthday wish, marathon, probably not, but just an example. Birthday wish is a marathon. You aren't going to go from couch potato to 26 miles. You're going to build up, maybe even not like running, like walking a bit every day, and then you're going to build up from there, 1 mile, 3 miles, 5 miles, and you're going to build up. Down the road is when the marathon happens. And so apply it to whatever situation you want, be it, if it's like you want to wake up earlier, You're not going to go from I was waking up at like 2 in the afternoon to, 5 a.m. You're going to walk it back. Walk it back. Yeah? Be gentle with yourself, Cancer. It's your birthday season. Happy birthday. We are at Leo. Leo has the Hermit card, and so Leo is not a very hermited sign, but we are in a Cancer season, the time of the homebody. And so what it's saying, Leo, is like, yes, your birthday season is coming up. You're in your pre-shadow, and what you need to do is sit with yourself. And it might even just be like for a minute a day, you intentionally sit with yourself and you allow yourself to just check in with yourself. Just check in with yourself, what you need and what you want in the coming times, which, yeah, your birthday season. Because externally, yes, people can give you feedback, but what I'm seeing in the collective is there's a lot of like mistrust in the moment. And you aren't going to be meeting people who want to give back to you in like the most healthy way, unless it's like, your therapist, go for that. But other than that, don't be relying on people in your life to be your therapist. Actually, just internally check in with yourself. Your intuition, when you can sit in that space, is going to be a lot more helpful than an outside influence. You just actually have to listen to yourself. Yeah? Okay. Virgo. The Two of Wands, doing a lot better this weekend. It's probably because, Mars is now settling in your week, and you are seeing the fruits of your labor off into the world. How would I do this, like this thing? Does that help? No, that didn't do anything. That's okay. Two of Wands. Two of Wands saying that, Virgo, we can only exert so much energy. There is times where you need to sit back and watch the fruits of your labor. Yeah, I'm gonna take a sip of this because I've been talking for like 40 minutes straight. Anywho, yeah, you're still in a place of planning, but also if for every action that you take, you kind of have to just sit back. The way that Cancer is a farmer cannot, you plant the seeds and you wait for the sprouts to come up, and you can only take care of that surface level. You cannot see what's happening underground. Pulling up roots is just going to disturb and ground your plants and kill them. So Virgo, that's how you have to be. You just take whatever actions you can take and wait for things to happen. You cannot spend your whole life in a state of constant panic, or you could it's like watching paint dry. You don't want to do that. You want to plant the seeds and then carry on with your day in your life, your regular daily schedule. Yeah? All right. I think I'm the last car in at this point, which is great. It's fine. Yeah, it's only 8. Eat a ball. Anywho, yeah, that was Virgo. Here we go on to Libra, the King of Swords. King of Swords, look at us. Look at us. Anywho, we're doing a lot better than last week, and I only know because I literally just did it 10 minutes ago. But King of Swords is saying that we are in our element, and that it's us. We have seen the loops and things that we go through when we are overthinking. We are not doing that. We are actually in a place of the most mental clarity we've probably had in a long while. And so we are not at the effect of others right now. What we can be in what is happening in the collective, this is a time when we can actually be our most helpful. with, when other people get stuck. So, because we can see, like, we've seen our own mental gymnastics that we do, and we can see when other people are stuck in those loops. And so we know how to move about for ourselves first. And then, yes, like, if it would be more helpful to, like, say, get a coworker out of a place, or, like, whatever they're, we could be helpful right now. Yeah. That's basically it. We're doing great, Libras. We're doing great. So just, keep mental clarity as the priority of each day this week. And then we got Scorpio doing some ratchet shit over here. Yeah. So we got another 7. We've got, is that no, that's a 6. But yes, like, we've got 3 of the 4 7s out, and here it is for you, Scorpio, running off with shit. And so you feel like you have this like high ground above others. But so, like, Scorpio, like I just told Libra, like, we were in a mental clarity. What is the mental gymnastics, like, mind games if you're playing them? I know you Scorpios. Mind games if you're playing them, but also just like whatever you're stuck, like, you feel like being obsessive, or whatever mental prison, like we've talked about in, like, the last reading. You feel like it's a productive place, but really it's just kind of keeping you stuck. So Scorpio, for you, yeah, get out of your head for one. And yeah, like, ask yourself, is really, like, this overthinking place that I'm in benefiting me in any way, shape, or form? It's probably not. It's probably wearing you out. You probably need to take a nap. Yeah, that is my advice for Scorpio. We have, and, like, I also, just because I heard one of you being like, I'll rest when I'm dead. No, go take a fucking nap, Scorpio. That is my advice for you. All right, Sagittarius, we have the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles, love this card. She's doing great. She's literally got, you can't see because my freaking thing won't focus on the card for some reason. But yeah, she's holding a bird. Amazing. And yeah, she's really just like, enjoy. I think you've had this card before. I think I've given you this card. She's walking through this field of grapes and these pentacles, which is her money, and, like, just enjoying it. So Sagittarius, if you've really, like, done if you've done a lot to get to where you are, enjoy your successes and your wealth. And wealth doesn't necessarily have to be the coin. Your successes can be, even like little wins. Like, if you didn't react to a reactive customer in, like, a negative way, if you were able to, like, hold your own, keep your peace, just enjoy your successes. But because Taurus is where Venus is right now, which is all about, like, sensual pleasures, like, just fucking indulge and enjoy the fruits of life as they are, Sagittarius. Be there, be in a place of just, like, satisfaction with life wherever you are. Yeah, you've been doing a good job. All right, that was Sagittarius. We have Capricorn. Wow, Capricorn, I don't know what you're going through, because you were this way last week as well. But, like, 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. And so, like, this could be external people that you are clashing with. I will suggest that it could be external people that you are clashing with. But at the same time, I see this as your mind, because your mind last week was doing this in its own place. There's more movement than there was last week, so at least things are moving. But Capricorn, you are in a conflicted place of of lack of direction. I would say that, yeah, you're feeling lack of direction right now. And what would be more productive for you is if you would, take a break. And like, normally wouldn't suggest writing it down, but I think for you right now, but writing down like your pros and cons of whatever you're stuck in it on right now. Because I feel like there's action that you need to take, but you're so conflicted that you are not taking any action. You're in a place of perfectionism of like, I need it to be this way. It might not be the way you want it to go, but you need to just take whatever steps, like one foot first, take the first step, and then let the rest of them follow, because I think that you are so conflicted that you're in a state of not taking any action. And so you need to move your butt. Yeah. And like, to get out of that mental fog, like I told Scorpio, take a freaking nap, for one, but then get back into your body in whatever way, shape, or form you need to get into your body. Like meditation, I would suggest it, but I think for you guys, it might be like a moving meditation. Like last week, I literally told you guys to take a walk, and that doesn't seem to be working. So what you need to do is, like to-do list, prioritize what you need to put at the forefront, because you are having some kind of executive dysfunction this week. I don't know what to tell you. Ooh, Aquarius, 3 of Swords. My bad. I got distracted by the heart. 3 of Swords reversed. It's stabbing this poor little heart over here. And so Aquarius, last week I told you to take direction. This week is like, was your direction that I told you to take, this is saying that you have been misled. You have like, and it could even be like an obsession. Like you have been like in a place of like, this is how it has to be, and you are being shown a completely different reality of how it actually is. So Aquarius, yes, we can manifest the life that we want, but we have to do it from like the world as it is. And so, I want world peace. I would love it if there were no like tragedies around the world happening right now. But like obsessing in that place is not going to get anything done. Obsessing in that place, like scrolling, feeding myself a bunch of shit about it, is inaction. And so Aquarius, in whatever arenas of your life where it's like, I'm just going to stick it out at this job, even though I've been shown a bunch of times that this place does not give a shit about me or like my needs, or like, won't give me like basic healthcare stuff that I need. You've been shown things for what they are. And so you need to choose to see them for what they are and then take action from there. Because I think that's what's happened, is that you haven't taken action from where things are. Yeah? Okay. Last one, Pisces, 3 of Wands, right side up. So good job. I wonder why won't you focus on this guy? I don't understand. Anyways, so Pisces, you're in a place of, you need to be in a place of not standstill, but observance. So don't be taking actions unless you actually have to be this week. Observe your surroundings, because I've talked about at least a lot of the chaos that's going on in other people, and you want to sit and observe, your own like what it is you want right now. You want to observe, you know, like how you usually approach situations. Like you want to be in the moment of like, you know, having to like, you know, yeah, like talk to a boss or a coworker or like a customer. I just observed like how you react in those moments. I was talking to somebody the other day about how like I used to get like this guilt feeling when I would like have to like raise my voice, but now I know that like, you know, like because it's like the last time that I did it like was like a week ago, and it didn't come from a place of guilt. It came from a place of like, don't touch my shit. So and sometimes that message needs to be heard, and the other person's reaction is not my responsibility. Yeah. So Pisces, just observe and be gentle with yourself, because the world is doing all kinds of shit and it's making us feel all kinds of ways. But how are you reacting, and like how much like focus, how much drain are you getting out of that focus that you're on right now? So Pisces, just really observe others, but observe yourself and like your reactions, and you just like, you know, like how draining each day is for you, or how like uplifting each day can be for you. And so just feel internally how it's working out and playing out for you, so that you can come from a place of you know, actually understanding what's happening versus reacting to what's happening. Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. It is a week. It is a week that we are gonna have, and I wish you all the best. Goodbye.